Hi, I'm Unique Model, aka Shantae Renee P for Positivity, and this is a channel for love and for healing. I want you to know that love begins with you, and it absolutely does. Be the love you want to see manifest in your life, and it will come. So this is just a message. It is a belated Mother's Day message that I got this morning. Yesterday I wasn't feeling all that great because I partied on Saturday, so I wasn't feeling all that great. So my day got kind of started late, and I just wanted to share some things with you. So I had, purchased like a lot of bouquets of flowers, and I made single bouquet vases for family members yesterday, and I made one for myself. So I wanted to share that, and I was inclusive of some people that typically probably wouldn't get anything, but I made my own. You see, I wrote mine on there. So I made these, and I just wanted to share because it's so pretty. My mom's is bigger than mine or my grandmother's, but I had to do different sizes or whatever, but I made these, and I just thought they came out so pretty. I wish I could have did a little bit more. It was getting dark. I probably would have made them a little bit neater, but this is one of the things I like to do. I like to create things, artwork, wreaths, anything, food, hair. Yeah, I did my own hair. So, yeah, I have multiple talents, multifaceted. As I said in my song, I am a multifaceted trick pony. I am. And, I like to toot my own horn sometimes. So, toot, toot. Oh, okay. Getting back to the message. So the people that I included besides my aunts and, my mom and my grandmother, I included a couple of cousins, the neighbor and my cousins that had daughters, and it was one other person that is, she has a child with one of my family members. So I included her too. And I did that because some of them, they're young mothers, of course, and people talk trash about them being young mothers and things, and it's just like, regardless, the kids are here, they're mothers, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing for their children. It doesn't matter their age, what their situation is, what their circumstances are. They should still be included, because I know, like, in my family, they have a tendency, if you're not doing X, Y, and Z, then you ain't shit. So it's like, no, everybody matters. Everybody. And I had actually seen an affirmation card like, you are special. So I just wanted to make, be all inclusive, because that's typically how I am. I like to include everybody if I can, if they're open to it. Even if they're not open to it, maybe they'll become open to it. And if not, it's okay too. But I made these, and I just wanted to share that and to let people know that it's okay. You could be a young mother. Okay, it was coming to me because I was a young mother. It's coming to me to talk about that. I guess that's why I had to wait to do this message. See how timing works, divine timing and everything. Because I knew I was gonna have to do a video about this. And I actually had just seen 3 through 4, so it was 3 through 3 right there beside it. So I mean before it. So I'm being guided by the Ascended Masters at this time. So I actually became a mother at 17. It was a month before my 18th birthday, and it was my senior year of high school. And I had my daughter 3 days before graduation. I still did go to graduation, but I didn't get to do all the partying and things that of that nature that you do during your senior year, because I was very much so pregnant. So even though things happen when you're younger, it doesn't typically define who you are. It does help mold and create who you are. At any stage of life, those things that you went through actually help and propel you forward in life. So me, I was a teenage mother, and after high school, I didn't go to college right away. I didn't want to. My senior year of high school, I was like, I don't want no more schooling. So, something that I have to like really be present for. I didn't want to have to think too much. I'm like, I got this newborn, because it was just a lot. because, you know, 17, 18 is like, I'm tired of school. So before that, even before I, you know, got pregnant, had my daughter, I had started doing hair. And I was doing like a lot of family members and friends and neighbors, what have you, I would do their hair. So I ended up actually going to cosmetology school after high school, and that took me about 1.5 years. And so I did do that first, and I actually enjoyed it, and it was something that I was very passionate about, and I actually was very good at it. Now me and my hair beefing right now because I've gotten older, and I have to change up some supplements and, you know, some of the ways that I eat. But I also am dealing with, well, I don't want to talk about this, but I'm dealing with some female pattern baldness that I have to figure out a remedy for, because it's actually something with the family that I notice as I see 555. So some type of change is going to come. I'm going to figure it out. That's one thing I do. I figure shit out, okay? So I noticed that we have female pattern baldness in my family, and I noticed that my hair is actually doing this. So I'm like, when I take this down, I'm gonna probably have some more hair loss. It's fine, because I'm gonna figure it out. But, you know, I just wanted to be cute for, you know, a few days. Even though I'm not saying that my little curly fro is not cute, but sometimes you just want to change. So like I said, 555, I wanted to change. And when I was thinking about doing my hair, I was getting the Michael Jackson song, gonna make a change for once in my life, gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. So I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and do my hair. But I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. I see people looking, I'm just like, just keep going. Sometimes, you know, I don't like putting myself out there, because I don't like to bring attention to myself all the time. You know, it's for my looks or whatever. I've been like that, because it was like that a lot for me when I was younger, and I didn't really particularly like it. But, you know, I had to tell myself it's okay. They gonna look. It's fine. It's fine. You just don't have to accept. You don't have to respond. You don't have to react. You don't have to do none of that. So yeah, and I think that might be it for this message. I can't think of anything else. So teenage mothers, it's okay. Your family's gonna be mad. Oh shoot, going into this, when I found out I was pregnant, my mom actually told me I was pregnant, because she knew the cycles, and I hadn't been using. I didn't even realize. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah. But it was being threatened prior to anybody getting pregnant. We're not going to support you. You know, you end up pregnant, you getting put out, blah, blah, blah. Look, been through all that. Didn't go nowhere. You know, sometimes I'm hearing empty threats. So we did have that happen, because it was me and another actually family member that got pregnant around the same time. So we ended up having our children, and, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, you be supportive of yourself, you be supportive of your children, no matter where they are in life, because everybody has their own journey. And that was part of my becoming a teenage mother. And it's kind of like a generational thing possibly as well, because we've had, you know, several teenage mothers, even like with maybe my aunts, maybe, you know, later, like maybe 18, 19, 20, you know, coming into motherhood, you know, early in life. And, you know, shoot, by the time I was 22, yeah, by the time I was like 22, I had all 3 of my kids. But it didn't stop me. I got married to the last 2 children's father, and we were married for like 23 years and 11 months. But, you know, I still accomplished things that I wanted to do, and I guess that's where I was going with that. And I'm sorry if I feel like I'm all over the place, but I'm just talking as I talk, and I'm sorry if you can't follow, but hopefully you can. So I had 3 kids by the time I was 22. Shoot, I might have been 21, because yeah, my daughter was born in May. She just turned 25. So yeah, she was born in May this month, and she just had her birthday. And my birthday's in July. So I think I was actually 21 by the time I had all 3 of my children. And I was still able to accomplish things. I was still doing hair at that time. And then I decided I wanted to go to nursing school because I always wanted to do something in the medical field. But I knew after high school, I was like, I wasn't gonna be able to do it. I didn't feel like doing it because I had a newborn. So I went to nursing school. I went to a 2-year program when I was in Georgia. My ex-husband was stationed down there, so that's where I went to school. And I tried to do work, have 3 kids, and go to school, nursing school, an accelerated program at that, because I got an associate degree, and the school that I went to had a very high passing rate for their board. So it was very much so accelerated and intense, and I ended up not being able to continue to work doing hair at a business. But you know, I still did some stuff on the side at home, and that, you know, that worked out well for me. So I did finish the nursing program in about 2.5 years, because we had moved in between, and it was like when I set my mind on something and I'm determined to do it, I fucking do it. That's one thing that does keep me going. I get very determined. So that might be for someone, you know, people say things like, I was told I wasn't gonna finish this. I wasn't gonna finish nursing school. I was too mean to be a nurse, as I saw 11:11 on the clock. Wasn't gonna finish hair school because I had this baby. I finished all of it, got my licenses in both of them. They are not current now because I don't feel that I need them. Because I won't be working in that capacity anymore. So I don't feel the need to actually renew those at this time. But I've done it, and I worked as a registered nurse I graduated in 2003, passed my boards at the end of 2003, started working in January of 2004. So I've had, you know, been basically a nurse since 2004 so God, over 20 years now. So I use those skills, talents, and abilities in my everyday life because I am a caregiver, and I actually like working this way instead of actually being under scrutiny, under, you know, the health insurance's thumb, under the government thumb, as far as being accountable for certain things. So I prefer doing home stuff. So, you know, and I really enjoy it, especially when the person is very much appreciative of, you know, the work that I do. And, you know, we usually have a bond. Of course, right now I'm taking care of my mom, so we're bonded for life. But I've had, you know, people that I've taken care of in the past, like 4 years. 2 of them, well, out of the 4, 5, whatever, 2 of them have passed away. So that's actually, I'm here in transitioning. So that's actually a part of my gift, my calling. I am there with someone, I'm here in stage of life. So I don't take it lightly because everybody's not equipped for it. Everybody can't handle it, but you know, I do it with as much grace and compassion as I can muster. And when I can't, I call upon help. Like, help me with this situation. I've done it several times, especially now with, you know, caring for my mom. So, you know, one lady I took care of her for a little over 2 years, and then the last lady, it ended up being a year, and then she passed away. So like literally, I started in January of 2024, and she died this year, January 2025. So, you know, it's a blessing to be a part of someone's journey, and I don't take it lightly. But I'm just going all over the place with this. I done talked about several things: creativity. I done talked about my teenage pregnancy, finishing your goals, and oh yeah, those things you utilize as you go along. Because even like with the home health, I was doing hair. I was doing their hair. You know, older people, they don't need much. Just give them a trim, a wash, whatever, curl, a pick out, fro, whatever. They don't require much. They just be grateful that they didn't have to leave the house to do it. You can do it while you're at work. So I say this to let you know you can utilize everything that you've been through in life. It will come in handy, one form of fashion. It will come in handy. You just never know. So that is it for this message, I believe. Yes, that is it. Oh, let me show y'all my flowers again because they're so pretty. I'm so proud of them. And they're so pretty and colorful. So yes, as you see, mine. So yes, I made these for myself and family members, my mom included. And just to be a beacon of light, encourage someone else, keep going, keep striving, keep doing what you're doing, no matter what the circumstances actually look like. Those circumstances do not define you. You can still do what you want to do. Still do what you want to do and be great and successful in it, in your own right and in your own lane. And don't worry about what people say. So that is all I have for you. Sending you love and healing. I appreciate you. Make sure you appreciate yourself. And remember, happiness is homemade. Feed yourself some good shit. Mind, body, and spirit. Have a wonderful day. Bye.